Hey, Ali, do you know the history behind all those numbers? No, can you explain me? Okay, let's learn history of numbers. Do you know in ancient times the people would used to live in caves and they would wear like leather clothes because they didn't have clothes like ours. And also, they would used to eat meat by hunting the goats that they had and then even getting them out sometimes. But it was hard. Let's say a lion attacked, but one day a lion attacked a shepherd's goat. He was confused. How does he know how much are left and how much were gone? He said, "No, it's enough." So he started to make a counting decision. First, he put rocks down, but rocks were not enough. So he started making lines, but lines would take a lot of space. The people used different methods at that time, like putting rocks or making lines. But that would take a lot of space. Oh my God, pray for them. Soon everybody gathered and decided to make symbols. Do you know the first ever civilization was Babylonian civilization. Before then there was no civilization. So Babylonians, they decided to make symbols. They were the one who made symbols, but these symbols were too hard to write down. You would have taken so much time and there were no more than just 59 symbols. People were confused, so they started making new symbols. Do you know? Just a question. Why 60? Possibly because it can be so easily divided in different ways. We can use 60 system to tell time, inherited from the Babylonians. Well, when they said, when it's 60 minutes, just make it an hour. Just make it an hour, okay? We can't bear this anymore. Let's make 60 minutes into an hour. We don't even have more than that. Great decision, old man. The Babylonians decided to make symbols. Symbols were hard to write, just a bit review. But then they made it into hours, and then they thought that would be too much, so they added this. But for 10, there was a curved line. For 100, there was a round shape. For 1,000, there was a flower-like thingy. For 10,000, there was a finger thingy. For 100,000, there was a frog. And for 1,000, 100,000, there was the slave. You might have seen this on Egyptian pyramids. This is the slave. So they made this because they were Egyptians, of course. But then, once again, if you had to write a big number, you would have to use so much of these. And do you know how much time would it take to build a slave? It could take all year to make a perfect slave. You would have to be an artist first, and then you can write numbers. That's not fair. So they thought, no, just change it. So they changed it. The Romans came in. They said, these numbers are still not good. Look at them. You still have to write a lot. So they said, we'll use these ones. These are the ones they use now and they would use before. So there it is, the Roman numbers. You might have seen them, your teacher teaches them to you and many quizzes. They have to be there. Okay? Without them, we cannot understand. But then they said, why not make lines? Do you see the equal bar represents the thumb and then the number S? That's what the equal bar represents. The Roman numbers L, C, D, and M come from the modified symbols V and X, as you can see. We have learned a lot. Now they finally have a clock. Yay! And in this clock, there are only 12. They're only counting to 12 and then it restarts because there are 12 hours in one day and 24 in a whole day and night. So guys, did you get it? This is one of their books. The pictures are terrifying me out. What is that, guy? Then they started using ropes. They didn't have a paper. They have different methods, okay? So they started using ropes. How much tie, but they left the method afterwards because of the hard things. Like, a long knot with 4 turns is equal to an L. A single knot is equal to an S. A figure 8 knot is equal to an E. And I previously told you that the Roman numbers L, C, D came from V and X. So that means you get it, right? These are the rocks. They look like arms. Okay, don't talk about that. Can you see those small lines? If you have a good vision, you probably should. There are small lines on the rocks. These are ancient symbols. That's how we know that they would use to write. They would also need math. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe.